Alright guys, hello and welcome to another episode of Scrotitus Plays Minecraft. How you guys doing today? Just thought I'd give you a little bit of an overview of the village and how it's progressed over the last few episodes. It's actually grown quite a bit. Got our security wall. Well, you guys can see there's a massive tower being erected in the corner here, and all those bad guys just chomping at the bit to get in, but can't. But honestly, today's episode, guys, we are not gonna be we're not gonna be doing anything here. If you see off in the distance, there's a wooden structure. I'm going to take you guys over there and show you what our main project's going to be today. Has a lot to do with that structure. It's actually Fuzzy Cubs. He found something pretty cool down below, and that's what we're going to be working on today. Actually, guys, if you just want to give me 2 minutes, I will meet you right outside these gates. Alright guys, so welcome back. Sorry about that. I just realized that I had forgotten a couple things and I needed to grab them before we headed off here. Told you there were a lot of guys wanting to get inside here. Let me just clear them off real quick so we can talk. Holy cow. Might as well get this guy too real quick. Oh, he's got a creeper buddy too. Alright. Okay, so anyway, sorry, back to what we were talking about. There's the gate that we just came out of, and if you head over this way, there is a large structure in the middle of these woods. You know what, I'm probably going to need wood, but we'll get to that in a second. And we make our way, and you see it's lit up over here. Oh, I got somebody on my 9. I love having the Flame 1 on my sword, too. If you guys didn't know what this sword was, Bane of Arthropods 2, which stinks, Knockback 1, and Fire Aspect 1, which is pretty cool. So, anyway, yeah. We're on our way over here to Fuzzy Cub's fortress, I guess we could call it. I don't know. It's pretty cool looking, though. Spoiler alert, if you couldn't tell where the wall design came from, I think it was perfected over here first, and then we borrowed it over there. But, yeah, so this is Fuzzy Cub's main base. And if we go inside real quick, we'll just give you a quick tour. I don't think I've shown you guys over here yet. So you go up the spiral staircase, and we got a level here with some chest and crafting bench and whatnot, furnace. Also kind of like your standard work living area. And then if you go up to the next level, we've got the overlook, which gives you a really cool view in all directions here. Well, in these two directions at least. There's the city. The village over that way. Let me just take a little snack here. And you see the bed up here. So I believe this is his main base. Not 100% positive, but when he came across this area before he built anything, he came across something underground and gave us full rights to do whatever we chose to do with it. And that being a zombie spawner, and it's nice and close to our village. So today's project is going to be turning this zombie spawner into an XP grinder. Okay? Probably not new to a lot of you guys that are going to be watching this, so I'm just going to show you the way that I construct it. Might learn a couple things, might not, but I'm going to get right into it, and our first step is going to be making this into a 7x7 room, and we also need to ensure that there is room left above and below. So we need one level below this, and obviously one above it will be fine to maximize the amount of spawn rates from this zombie spawner. So I'm going to go ahead and clear out all this cobble, and I will get back to you guys once we're ready to start laying a foundation and styling out this room. Alright guys, so this is what we've got. We cleared it out. We put a brick ceiling in, little ridge here, and this is the three. I left these three spaces just to give you an example of where we're at here. This center space right here is where the spawner is level to. Mobs can spawn one block above that and one below that, and they don't need ground with these spawners to spawn. So since this is here, they can spawn there, there, and there, and I thought I heard a zombie. So I did hear a zombie. I wonder where he's at. Anyway, that's what we left open. I am going to put a floor down. I'm going to use these smooth... What the heck? They down here? No? They must be outside. So I'm going to put a flooring down with this smooth stone, like this. And I actually dug out the walls too because I want to put something on them. I haven't decided what yet. Some sort of design. Oh. But we also need to incorporate lighting on it. That's something else we need to figure out, and our water flow still needs to get figured out. So we've got a lot to work out here, but I just wanted to give you a little bit of a summary as to what we got going on so far. Alright, so let me go ahead and fill that in and figure out what we want to do with the walls, and then I'll get right back to you guys. Alright guys, well we're back here, and as you can see we've got a little bit of a wall design going on here, and we've got our floor in, and we've got a hole dug. Okay, so what we've got going on here is just some stairs upside down and normal, a little bit of a grooved look around, and then we got a band of our smooth sandstone, and actually for right now, we're going to put in, what have we got? I grabbed a couple supplies here. I didn't know what I was going to need more of. Let's go ahead and make our redstone lamps. I believe it's a bit of glowstone with 4 pieces of redstone around it. That's it. Okay, and we're going to need 4 of those. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And those are going to be replacing these torches. So directly across from our spawner on each wall is where those are going to go. Alright, so that's that. Right now we've got the torches on them because they're not wired or ready to go. I'm going to see if we can leave this side without torches because actually at the base of Fuzzy Cubs right now, and I don't want to mess with his wall structure or anything. If I put a lamp, I believe it would be here. We'd have to figure out some way of wiring it without messing up too much stuff. So I just want to leave this wall be if I can. I've already intruded on enough of his space with what we've done. So I'm actually going to go ahead and hollow out around the entire outside of this because we need to hook up our lanterns with some redstone. So I will get back to you as soon as we get this dug out. Alright, so we've got that dug out. It was a little bit more than a 1 pick worth of digging. So next thing we need to do is figure out how we want to wire these lamps. So let me just get down some blocks here so that the redstone's going to be level with the lamps. I think that would probably be essential for them to actually work. Okay, and then we need to get our dust ready, our repeaters, and we may need, well, I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to need more lamps than that, or lights than that as well. But just to get us started here, I'm just going to lay redstone down the entire length. Now, obviously, the charge isn't going to make it the full length, so we've got some finagling to do, and that's exactly what I'm going to do off camera, guys. So once I figure out the perfect lighting scheme, I will get back to you. So sit tight, and I will hit you back on the other side. Alright guys, so we've got our wiring all the way around the side, and let me just explain real quick what I did. It was actually a pretty simple trick. I didn't have to use any repeaters. Alright, so here's our lever. On, off, right? And what I did simply to that was I put a torch on the other side. So whenever this is switched, that either lights the torch or turns it off, okay? So then this bit of redstone here picks up on the torch signal above it and passes it to here. Alright, so to power each lamp then, I have a redstone torch behind it. Okay? So what I've done, and I had to go around and test it, but I've inverted the signal from the initial switch. Okay, so inverted off, and then I pass that to another inverter, which sends the signal on to be able to invert behind this torch to off. And I repeat that same thing again to on again, so that this torches can be off. Now, another neat thing about using these torches the way that I did is that I'm essentially refreshing the signal at each torch. So the need for repeaters isn't there. And what that is I believe it's 13 blocks. Maybe it's 18. I don't remember exactly, but after a redstone current travels so long, it dies. Now, let me just show you guys real quick in case you don't know what I'm talking about, okay? So here's your redstone torch, alright, and there's your current. And you see it's going still. Let's see how far it makes it. There. See how it's not glistening anymore? It stops right there. So what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, I thought it was 13. It's 15 blocks the current travels, okay? And at that point, to extend it any further, you need to use a repeater, which can be kind of costly if you have to use a bunch of them, or you reset the signal with an invert, which is what I've done here. Okay, so that sort of explains the redstone that we've got going on. Now the only other thing that we need to do is see if that redstone lamp, if that lighting with the 3 is going to be enough. 1, 2, 3, they're all on. If that's going to be enough to prevent spawning. Alright, so let's just take these torches down and watch it. I'm thinking it should be enough. Nope, it's not. You see that guy? He spawned right in the front there. What is the light level up here? Let's see real quick. Light level is 9, 8. So is it right here? Is this the only block that they can spawn in? Wow, that stinks. Okay, Alright, you know what I'm going to end up doing is I will just have another lamp. I'll just run it down low. I'll just put it right down here. Okay, so let me do that, guys, and then I will get right back at you. Alright, guys, so we're back, and we got a final lantern in. Redstone lamp right down here, and it's right at the base of where the water's going to be going. It's not ideal, it's not perfect, but I think it will do the trick. So let's just take a peek. Let me get this torch out of the way and see. Like I said, it should be good. we shouldn't have any more spawns in here. And actually, let me just check out the light rate. BL, there, 11. Okay, yeah, so we're good. This whole area, 13, 13, 11, 10, and the very middle where this is still a 10. So yeah, we're good. Okay, so next thing is our water supplies. All right, and quite frankly, all we're gonna actually let me do a quick infinite pool here. Okay, so all we're gonna do is we got our 2 buckets, and obviously we want them to head right to this light here, which oh, I didn't show you guys. It is connected. Check it out. And it didn't turn off. Hold on, we gotta go test that out and see why that didn't turn off. I also broke my sword, so I'm using an axe for the time being until I make a sword. What happened over here? Step, 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 invert. Oh, that's why, dummy. This has to invert. Which means that we don't need this. I don't think. Is that right? Or is that wrong? Feels wrong. Yeah. We need 1 invert here. So, let's put this back down. And we invert it here. And then into that one. Alright, let's try this out again. Real quick. And, okay, there's our darkness that we were looking for. Alright, dead. And obviously, once this is plugged up, it'll be a lot darker, but let's spawn 1 more group here and then turn the lights back on. They're coming. Any second now? I guess we don't need that. 1. Okay, so back to business here, guys, with the water. What we want to happen is everything that drops into this area will be funneled and dropped into this hole right here. So that's going to be done simply by adding 1 water supply in that corner and 1 water in that corner, and we are so close. Shoot, I thought that was perfect. Alright, let's pick up that water source and pick up this water source, and all we need to do is put them on top of a block. Okay, so put our block down and there, and put our block down and there. And that's perfect, right into our hole. So let's get out of here real quick. And we need to start figuring out where we want our piping to go, where we want them to drop out. Now, I've already figured I want the drop zone to be in this area, so we need to make sure that it's 8 blocks away from where they spawn. And the reason for that is so that they continue to spawn. While the way spawners work, let me rephrase. The way spawners work is that if a mob is within a certain amount of blocks to where it is, they have a maximum capacity of mobs that will spawn from it. So we want to make sure that we have enough to I think I like this better with this switch on the inside. We need to have enough so that or have them further away, I should say, Did any spawn? Oh, yeah, we got a victim. Well, it proves our current works at least. But you need to have them far enough away so that the spawner continues to spawn mobs. Okay, so I spit that out very chokedly. So let's figure out where we need this to go. We need them to go down and over this way. And am I going to run into this? Should be alright. They are right here. So actually, let's drop them down and then bring them up right here. Right where I put the water supply. Let's move the water supply. And actually, you know what? I'm going to figure this stuff up off camera, and I'll get right back to you and show you what we figured out. It's just me and you, big man. Me, you, and this axe, that is. Hey, he dropped a carrot. You guys see that? That's pretty cool. So you don't need a village to get carrots. You just need to kill enormous amounts of zombies, and they'll get you a carrot. All right, guys. I've got it planned out now. What they're going to do is they're going to drop down there. We're going to have a glass tube that's going to take them over to this spot where they are then going to raise up. Wait a second. Where am I at? 60. Nope. They will be at 83. That's way too high. We are going to have to do them dirty and drop them down. Yep. Alright, new plan. Always works to be flexible with Minecraft. Okay, so the new plan is going to be, we're going to fill in all this mess that we just made. Okay, done. And then we are going to work this out so that they actually, their initial fall out of the trap is going to be to their furthest. And then we will bring them up a mob evader right around, I don't know, maybe we'll bring them up right around here. And then plop them right here for the kill. Okay? So, actually, let's mark that right there. That's going to be our kill shot right there. And we're going to bring them up and over and around and down and all that happy fun stuff. Let's just remember the magic number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Remember 11, okay? And I'm going to work on that now. And we should be good to go after that, all right? So, guys, sit tight. I promise you, we're going to get this done, and it's going to be great. All right, guys, and we're back here, and we've gotten pretty far while we've been away. Take a peek around, and whoa, what do we got here? We got some zombies. And, well, you know what? Let me go ahead and take care of these guys real quick, because their moaning is just going to be distracting while we're talking. 1, 2. 1, 2. All right, so here we go. Here's the final project, guys. What do you think? I actually like it. It turned out pretty good. It took me way longer than I thought it would with the bottom part, and I'll jump down and show you exactly what I'm talking about. But first thing that you're going to notice is that we're looking inside of our mob trap, and looks are a bit deceiving with this one. These are actually half slab here and here, and what that does is that blocks any light from passing through, because light register counts a half slab as a full block, but it still allows us to see through. So that's kind of a neat trick for you guys to use on your builds. But then also it allows me to be able to see in our mobs. So let me, do I have glass? I do. Let me jump down and show you how this works real quick. First of all, this is our ramp here, our exit ramp, and this is where we kill our zombies. What we do is we just stand right here. They can't get us because their hitbox is up here where they attack, and we're down here, so we just punch them 1, 2. And I have it worked out so that there are 2 hits, 2 punches, so whether it's with a baked potato, a torch, you know, whatever you want to use. You don't need any weapons, so you don't have to worry about wasting durability when gaining experience, okay? So let's just take a jump down. Actually, first thing to notice is I did put an indicator light here that sort of tells us, hey, there's somebody here. If you know, we can't see the zombies through the glass, which you can usually see zombies through glass pretty easily. That or their moans are dead giveaways to them being there. But here's our mob evader, and as you can see, it's the standard design of water source block and then wooden sign repeated. Pretty standard actually with that design. And this is the part where I had to get a little tricky, and I'm not sure if this has been something that changed, but I had a really hard time getting the mobs to move with this being level. I don't know if once the water gets so shallow that they stop moving or what, but I did this stair method, and it kept the water at their waist for most of the way down, and it kept them moving well. So I'll get down to the bottom of the mob evader, but first you see a pressure pad, and this is for the fall. I couldn't have the water source block start directly below the hole, because if it did, that would negate the damage that they were taking. So they needed to land on a solid block. So I put a solid block there. But how do I get them to come off of that? Well, we push them. Simple enough, right? So let me go ahead and show you the wiring here. Jumping up onto this pressure pad, you see that torch lighting and that redstone wiring which goes in the back of the piston. Let me see if I can keep this block if I break it. Yeah. Okay, so we got wiring going into that block which has a torch on it. That inverts the signal off the pressure pad, and then we just do the column again, switching that from off to on. And then that runs into the back of the piston. So like I said, really straightforward wiring, nothing complex, but it gets the job done. And it powers it. It powers the piston just like that. See, another example. There we go. And that's effective for pushing the zombies. They're going to drop down. They're going to take 9 hearts of damage from the fall, or 22 block fall, and hit that, get pushed down. The water current stays at about their waist high the whole time. Right into this part where this is the next essential part, is that the water source block for the mob evader has to be at their head level. And what that does is that makes them swim up. Okay? Now, once they start swimming up, the mob evader technology takes over. And actually, real quick, if you guys peek, I ran into a tunnel system. That tunnel over there is the drop, and this is the way up. Not a lot was down here. Pre-explored, I found that out, but kind of neat looking. Had to pretty it up since people could see it. But anyway, the mob then continues up the rest of the way here, and oh, I'm up top. Okay, good. And then lands on here. That tells us that the mob's ready for the slaughter, and we go ahead and leave the piece of glass there. So without further ado, guys, let's give it a whirl. Turn it off, and whoa, look at that, 4 guys right off the bat. So we're just gonna wait over here till these suckers decide to come up and be slaughtered. I decided to put a chest in here, and this is just for our drops. I got a carrot from somebody, and I didn't get iron ingot yet, but I knew that at least zombies used to drop, or have the possibility of dropping iron ingot, so I have that there. Hopefully we get some shovels and some helmets. Iron, that is, because that's what they used to drop anyway. So we should be seeing our first mobs coming up here pretty soon. Let's take a sneak peek and see. I've noticed this area is not exactly well lit up, so the entities number is slightly misleading. We do have, it's going between 5 and 6. I'm assuming that's because they're coming up, but I may be mistaken. We're just going to have to sit back and wait. Oh, it wasn't that long of a wait. You figure by the time they drop, go down that little water lazy river, excuse me, sorry guys, if you will, and then come pop back up. And our first victim is an infected villager, actually, and I just love the way these guys look. I can't get enough of them. I wonder if, let me do this so we say hi to him. Hi, how are you? Say cheese. Okay. I might do some iron bars. I don't know. Anyway, Just to solidify the proof here, 1, 2 hits, and they're done. XP mine, drops mine, drop them in here, and you just keep on going as they keep on coming. So, yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I'm going to sit here for a couple minutes, go AFK, let this build up, and then we'll jump right back into killing them, and I can show you the efficiency of this, alright? Alright, guys, welcome back. Thought I'd do a little tweaking, and I got a little carried away. I usually do, but I think this actually works out a lot better. And let me explain real quick to you guys why before we slaughter these guys. I want to give them a lot of room to build up so that when we go AFK, they actually can get some substantial... I'm not going to compete with these guys. They're yelling at me. They're way too loud. See? I can tell them to be quiet, but they can't do the same to me. Anyway. When I had the exit point right here, they were backing up into this water stream, and if I didn't clear them out quick enough, the guys back here were drowning because their heads were getting caught in that top block like that. But by allowing all this room for them to flow down, what I'm essentially doing is preventing that drowning and allowing a lot more to build up to be able to slaughter. So I think this is actually a lot better. Plus then, I also incorporated my half slab technique from this side over here. I think it works out really well, actually. I'm pretty proud of it. Thinking right here, maybe we want to have glass. I don't know. We'll just leave it like that. But anyway, guys, this is what it looks like after a while after they build up. So let's kill these guys, and then I'll probably be ready to actually call this an episode. Or, you know what? Let's just do it right now. I went over the build pretty thoroughly, I think. Hope you guys learned a good bit. I know I did. I love building these mob grinders, whether it's for XP or for items. But anyway, guys, this is Scrotitus checking out, and I will see you all later in the next episode.